An awesome good morning to you, Infinity Fellowship. Welcome to the Infinity Fellowship, y'all. We are in the pre-service moment. This is where we give you a chance to allow yourself to tell your friends that we are on. We want to gather your family together, gather your people together, gather your folks together. We got an exciting day planned. Today for Infinity Fellowship, it is a fifth Sunday. And on fifth Sundays, we do a fireside chat format. So I am here in the podcasting studio of the Infinity Fellowship. To those of you who I have not met, my name is Jeff Obafemi Carr, and in this space, I go by Rev Jeff. I am so excited that you decided to join us today. You could have been in a million different places, but as this entire month has been dedicated toward making a case for community, or as we call it this month, common unity, I'm most excited that you're joining us today to discuss, to unpack, to explore the quest for belonging. So if you've been longing to be, if you've been longing to become, if you've been longing to believe, whatever it may be, so to speak, Spirit is already sending me alliteration early in the morning. We are ready to be a part of the journey with you, and we're grateful that you joined us. As we get ready to get started, we've got a few announcement slides to play for you, but we invite you to go ahead and call a friend and tell them, you know, that space that I've been talking about that I go on Sundays, I go to in person and virtually, it's on right now, and I think you should really look at it. I think this would benefit you. If you are someone who has been led here, either through something that you saw online or a clip that you may have experienced of Infinity, or someone sending you a text or tagging you in the chat like they may be tagging you right now in one of the streams, that person is caring a lot about you. They're saying, hey, I love you enough to invite you into a true love vibration. So we want to invite you into the love vibration wholeheartedly. Y'all, the tech crew is off today. It's just Rev. So I'm here, and it's just you, and it's also our infinite streamers who are there and around. We've got some great voices who are joining us today for the Infinite Life stream, and we're going to do this together. So I appreciate you being with me, giving some company here along with Divine Source and the ancestors. So we want to welcome you to the core of consciousness, to the place we call the apex of authenticity, and we want you to be yourself. So go ahead and say hello in the chat. If you want to get started today, say good morning and something that you're grateful for, and it starts a gratitude chain that is important for all of us. All right. That's what I've got to say. I'm Rev Jeff, and I will see you all in just a couple of minutes as we begin to the start of the Infinity Fellowship with the opening of the way. Welcome to Infinity, y'all. Welcome home. As we are pleased to say good morning to you. Good morning, Infinity. We want to welcome you in to the Infinity Fellowship. Again, if you're just joining us or if you're brand new to Infinity Fellowship, I want to say welcome. This is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, and we open the way in a very powerful way with meditation today. So we invite you into a brief meditation. So just center yourself by simply sitting up a little taller in your chair. Pull my overalls back and just find a comfortable position that is comfortable for you. A space where you can allow yourself to feel the energy that is flowing through your body through what we call the prana or the pranayama, the practice of the breath. It's so wonderful to be able to breathe today. And I know many of us have been through a whole list of things that we went through this morning just to even appear and to be able to say, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm breathing. But I want you to just recognize that right now. Oh, how wonderful it is to be able to breathe. If we could operate with that right now, oh, how wonderful it is to breathe. Then take a moment to just do that. Inhale slowly and exhale. And marvel at the gift of being granted the breath. Oh, how wonderful it is to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Just center yourself in the acceptance of that breath. In this moment of breathing, in this moment of clarity, we allow all of those thoughts that are entering into our mind and consciousness space. We allow them to be because they are. We have the gift of being able to notice those thoughts, to pay attention to them, to not judge them, but to simply breathe in and breathe out and gently set those thoughts to the side. We can get to them later. For right now, all that exists is the breath. Adding to this moment the closing of the eyes, bottom to top, top to bottom. And now feeling the breath more consciously, tracing it as it enters the body, tracing it as it exits the body. Continuing to breathe just like this. Not focusing on worry, not focusing on regret. Just focusing on the right now, preparing our hearts and minds for a wonderful moment of being present. It is in this moment of breath that we recognize that all is well, that all is working for our good. And as long as we're here breathing, We have another chance. A chance to breathe in purpose, a chance to breathe in divine source, a chance to be. And from this space of divine resolve, we accept that all is well in our lives, and we begin to turn our intention toward the God of our acceptance and understanding. And in this moment, we clear the path for our opening affirmative prayer. So I invite you around the world, as you are in this space of clarity and meditation, to go ahead and prepare your hearts and minds as we bring into the stream from the great state of Georgia, our brother Tyrell Lensley, who will be bringing us our affirmative.
Divine source, limitless, abundant creator, the divine no thing, and the divine all things. We're so thankful to be in alignment. We're so thankful to have this beautiful space to fellowship in. We're so thankful for this opportunity to come together as a community and expand and enhance the beautiful vibration of love. We're so thankful for this opportunity to sit with each other, to come together and hear this beautiful message and download that you will be administering throughout the service. We send special prayers and blessings to our loved ones, our family and friends around the world. We speak a special prayer and acknowledgement of those who may be in the space of bereavement, of dealing with loss and the pain of dis-ease in the world. We send prayers to spaces like Minneapolis, Minnesota, and so many other spaces that may be having challenges in these times. We speak an affirmative energy of love right now. We speak an affirmative energy of peace right now. We speak an affirmative energy of community right now. We know that when we come together and we recognize that all is working in divine order, we know that no thing is happening without your love in arms. And so we know that these times there is an additive vibration happening as well, that we get to uplift those that are ancestors and pour positive vibrations into that space as well. And so we come to you in gratitude and appreciation for this beautiful day, for this beautiful moment to share and uplift one another. We speak that something is said, shared, sung, a smiley face is given that makes people remember that they are not alone, that these times of unease or dis-ease are not forever, that what's everlasting is your love, is your care and your strength. And these and so many things that we can't put into words, we simply say, thank you, thank you, thank you. In the ancient words of affirmation, we proclaim and affirm, Amen, Amin, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe.
Oh, what a powerful prayer for Brother Lens. We give thanks, and we hope that you felt that energy in the way that we felt it today, because it was very powerful. Thank you, Brother Lensley, for bringing us into the space of spirit. We want to now turn our energy toward the pouring of libations so that we can honor those who have traveled this way before. We invite you in the chat to go ahead and put a name of someone that you want to remember that may have transitioned into the space of life after life, so that we can bring their divine energy into the space with us. It's a beautiful moment. It's an opportunity for us to recognize, to remember, and to allow ourselves to be empowered. Because we're empowered, y'all, when we know that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, that we are not alone, that they are indeed the wind beneath our wings. So as we pour this water today, we pour into the earth that represents the living. And when we pour, we say the Yoruba word ashe. About to say ashe at home. If you're there in the chat box, type in ashe. And of course, you could be intellectual and do the A with the S with the dot on top and the E. Or you can just say ASE, or you can say ASHE, or ASHE with a slant on it. Whatever way that you can say ashe, that's what we say today as we pour. And as we pour, we say, cool water, freshen our spirits. Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this place for spiritual work and growth and development. Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together from wherever we are around the world. Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation. Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe. We pour in this tradition to the cardinal direction of the north that reminds us, y'all, to be a yes today, to come into the place with a yes spirit. If you're new to Infinity and you're saying, hey, I like the vibe here, I'm not sure. Well, guess what? When you make that transition from unsurety to saying yes, that I will open my heart to learn what is available to me today, you move through the world with power to the north. Ashe. Of course, to the energy of the south, the embracing of whose you are and who you are. You understand that when you're rooted in your tradition, you may have a particular faith that is your path. You may be spiritual, but not necessarily religious. Whichever category you fall into, you are at home here in Infinity. You also are approved by the universe, by the God of your acceptance and understanding, to stand strong in who you are and whose you are. Ashe. To the energy of the east, the beautiful rising sun, the understanding that today's a new day. Don't bring yesterday into it. Why would you want to do that? You can't get it back. So let's focus on today's early rising and the lessons that are here for us today. Ashe. To the energy of the west, knowing that even as the sun goes down, we are provided the moon and the stars for beautiful light. We recognize in this moment, even when times are hard or they seem dark, you have light for you. If you trust that, you'll find your way, even through the dark nights. Ashe. From those four cardinal directions, we go to the ground below us, the indigenous understanding that when we are grounded in the knowledge of self and the recognition of the divine power of the universe and our role in dancing with it, then we may bend during the storm. It is always better to bend than it is to break. Ashe. To that beautiful open sky that is above us, that wonderful blank landscape of possibility, may you always allow your mind to wander a little bit. There's a scientific process that takes place, and it ends with the aha. You ever had that? Aha! You had a moment like that where you're just looking like, oh, it came to me. Guess what? That's the power of looking at no thing and then pondering what purpose is, because it brings you something. What a gift. Ashe. And finally, to the seventh direction where all things come together, it is the place of the heart. You put your hand on your heart and recognize that all these directions come together in you, in your purpose. You are always connected and protected by the universe, the God of your understanding, and those who came before, your ancestors, your angels, your sheps, your shepsuits, your egungun. Our energy is always there. May your heart be as light as the feather. Ashe. In this moment, we also will pour to the people who you want to name or who you want to call out in the place today. So for these next few pours of water, I'm going to invite you to just take a moment to remember somebody. Type a name in the chat, say a name aloud with your family. We're just going to say we are grateful for the next few pours of water and smiles. And today we also pour for the children in the world, the womb, get them. And we say together, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, it is done, and it is done. And we are here, and we are ready. And we are ready to do some awesome stuff. We're actually going to generate some gratitude in the chat now that the way is open. And what do we do? How do we do that? Well, we say good morning to you, and we really, really, truly, truly mean it. We do mean good morning to you. We say good morning by saying, my name is, and I am grateful for. So I see all of y'all's faces in the chat. Y'all are already hitting the thumbs up. Y'all are already hitting the like button. Y'all are already going in a powerful way. So guess what? We love that. This is how you generate gratitude. Gratitude. Oh, move my mic. This is how you generate gratitude on a beautiful Sunday like today. So again, I'm the one man tech crew and I don't mind today. So we're going to get this going by singing good morning to you. This is a simple, wonderful song. It came through the eternal spirit known as Lady Beneath the Car. So we get to say good morning to you. And I love it when technology works because it just dropped in. Y'all hear that? Dropped in like that. Y'all know how we say that? So do I need to remind you how to say it? There it is. My name is, I'm grateful for. I see some of you already in there. I want to shout you out and put you on the screen. Give me something that you're grateful for. The song is like this. Good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say, da 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 da. Come on, good morning to you. Good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hey, a good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hey, y'all, I see you, Sister Christina. I see you, Johnny Satter in the house. I see you, Sister Gina. I see you, Sister Angela. I see you, May. Hey, Auntie, my Auntie May is in the chat today. I am more than excited. My Aunt May is the bomb, y'all. Good to have you. Good to have you. Tell you, hey, Uncle Charles. Uncle Charles is there. We flowing with this gratitude this morning. Cookeville, Tennessee is in the house. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're seeing that energy in the house today. I love it. I feel y'all. What you got? What are you grateful for? When people start sharing, like Ashley SC, my name is SC. I'm grateful for weathering the storms in my life. Come on. Oh, good morning. Hey, to you. Good morning to you. Oh, don't I love it? That's my man Alex Statiker on the organ. My man Reggie Elijah Wood on the guitar, making us feel awesome. I say good morning to each and every you. Essie is the grateful for weathering the storms in my life. We love it. Sister Thea Jones Ortega, good morning. My name is Thea. I'm grateful for this beautiful weather, opportunities to dance and engage with community. Man, y'all never been around. Seen Sister Thea dance, you are missing. You don't worry, you won't miss it. She's all out there doing great things in the world, and we know she's all over the world. Sister Deshauna Lindsay, who we're gonna hear from in a minute, says that Talia, my daughter, is grateful for family, and Taylor, my other daughter, is grateful for everything. Well, all right then, let's do it. I love it when you're grateful for everything. I love to hear that. We've got Mensa in the house, putting them up. My name is Mensa Webb. I'm grateful for feeling awesome. Look at these words: rejuvenated, centered, loving, and supported. Good morning, Infinity Good family. Good morning to you. Mensa, that energy is just wonderful in the house today. Sister Angie says, grateful for each one of the Cookville Carr family. So am I. Like, just this energy in here today. Y'all are saying hello, good morning. The energy in here is beautiful. I got Sister Michelle in here, sending love to Infinity Fellowship. This chat is coming alive when we say hello to each other. When we generate this gratitude, you get a chance to see what is rich and well in our lives. I know I don't usually do this much gratitude, but there's so much coming in. There are worse things you can have than gratitude. How about that? My name is Chris, Brother Sadler, down in Mississippi, and I'm grateful for family, life, health, healing, making another trip around the sun. Happy belated birthday, and all of you. Y'all, if y'all got birthdays or big events, y'all got standing ovations coming up. We are going to do some standing ovations today, just so y'all know we're going to do that. Sister Zora is grateful for finding her sense of style. Come on now. Micah is grateful for life. We're grateful for all of y'all. These are young people who are letting people know what they're grateful for. So I am loving it. Going up to the state of New York, Sister Gina Johnson Clark says, I am grateful for God, the miracles that He continues to create in my life, and so many other lives. Sending that. We need that lightning bolt strike. We got that energy. Sandra's in the house. My name is Sandra, and I'm grateful for the trials and the healing. I love the energy there. See, when you got the trials and the healing, you know that the trials are just preparing you for the healing. Sister Tricia says, my name is Tricia. I'm grateful for being on the best possible timeline this morning. Come on. Hey. Dun, dun, dun. I don't have my sound effects today, so y'all, I'm going to have to make my own sound effects. I am not afraid to make my own sound effects. I'm confident in making my own sound effects because I don't need no music. I don't need no music to be grateful. I don't need no music to celebrate. Don't need any music to tap in because we are here. So yes, I'm giving you, Tricia, thousands of standing ovations energy here that we've got. We got Dr. Tiffany Smith. Good morning. My name is Tiffany here in Georgia. I love it. Georgia. Oh, grateful I got to spend time with my friends and their children on Friday. Look, I hear from so many people during the week who watch the replay, and they say, well, because I'm working, but I'm so glad this is Labor Day weekend. So many people are off. Y'all are on this stream. So share this stream with somebody. Angie is calling in from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Grateful for family. We are so grateful in the house there. Auntie Maya said, I'm thanking Angela. We're grateful for family and for health. That's what it's all about, y'all. We are grateful in this place. We're grateful for the love that you continue to provide. And we are grateful to let you all know what Infinity Fellowship is all about. We ask questions and people show up to Infinity and they say, well, hey, what kind of church service is this? Y'all are doing these innovative virtual broadcasts and that kind of thing. And we know we hear about First Sunday and all this and people from different faiths and religions. Well, guess what? There's a reason why we exist. We have existed for going on 11 years. It's because there's a need in the world for there to be a harvest of love and a vibrational frequency where people can come together in spiritual community and love on each other. And how do we do that? Well, to do that, we'll have to bring in one of our experts, one of our members, also coming in from the state of Georgia. That's going to be Sister Tashana Lindsley. And Sister Tashana Lindsley is going to lead us through our statement of infinitude. And so it is. I'll give it all over to you, Tashana, as soon as I figure out. Hold on, I'm going to bring you in. I got to bring in the addition there to make sure that we can hear you nice and loud and clearly. So yeah, we're going to get you in, Sister Tashana. I'm working on it. Let me unmute you.
Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hope you all can hear me. Everything's good. I am Tashana Lindsley of Infinity Fellowship. Thank you, Rev Jeff, for the intro. It is time to experience our statement of infinitude. So remember, here at Infinity, we don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That is an intensely personal and beautiful relationship. Here at Infinity, we affirm your unique connection. Whatever you call that source energy, you'll hear us say God interchangeably with the universe, divine source. What you see around you is proof that it was showing off when you were created after the same image and likeness. So it's time to speak aloud the core agreements that bring us together at infinity. We call that here infinitude. Infinitude is defined in the dictionary as the state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. We have a unique mix of faith backgrounds here at Infinity, and what centers us is the spirituality we all share in common. For us, infinitude is defined as infinity with an attitude. And that attitude is gratitude. So we like to say here in Infinity, our attitude is gratitude. And the snap that we use, you'll hear the snap, snapping it up here in Infinity, is a spiritual practice that gives us life and meaning. So Snap is now on your screen. We recommend you take some time to meditate on both it and our statement of infinitude. And you can do this by visiting our website anytime at myif.org. So Infinity uses this term snap. What does that all mean? So here at Infinity, we use snap. We snap it up. And the S in snap is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N in SNAP is for nurturing. We nurture ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A in SNAP is for action because we take action on our calling and walk in our divine purpose every single day. And finally, my favorite, the proof. The proof in SNAP is for our spiritual practices that manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful that you are all here as a unique manifestation of the Creator, the loving, the living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. So that's SNAP, y'all. So we invite you to join us from wherever you are in the world to speak aloud in affirmation now as we move on to our statement of infinitude. Read this quietly to yourselves or stand up, however you need to do it. Take pictures, take screenshots, and let's get this going. All right. We agree and acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism. And as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all, regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is this application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so, according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Here in Infinity, we say Amen. Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, and Ashe.
Hey, thank you, Sister Tashana, for bringing us in and for giving us that light and that love. We will see y'all very, very soon. It is time for us to welcome you to the first time folks at Infinity Fellowship. The slide is on the screen. This is our first timers welcome. If you are a first time visitor at Infinity Fellowship, we're going to encourage you to type first time in the chat. Go ahead and say first time. And that will allow us to be able to shower you with all the love and affection. And you may not have been here in a while. It may have been that you have been led here with the Spirit. It may be that you know somebody at Infinity. It may be that whatever it may be, however you got here, you're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. And it is not an accident. Infinity Fellowship is not just a church. We're great. We're excited to be that for many people. But we're more than that. We're a movement toward expansive spirituality. So if you've been looking for a place like Infinity, if you've been looking for a place where you can come as you are, truly as you are, and you can get to be better, you can improve your life through powerful spiritual practices, guess what? Infinity is the place for you. We want to welcome you. And I say in this place today that, again, if you just tuned in, my name is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, also known as Rev Jeff. And this is a way that we say hello to our first time visitors. We say it when we are in person, which we will be next week. We're in person monthly. We say it when we're on the Infinite Life stream. If you're watching us, you're on the Infinite Life stream. So we want you to click on the form and say hello to us. And I'll go ahead and put it back on the screen for those of you who do the QR codes and you love to hold your phone up and get technology. We got technology too at Infinity. How about that part? When you scan that QR code, you'll be able to fill out a brief form, and that form will allow us to get information that we can send you an email to update you so that you can know what's going on with Infinity. And if those of you who have been moved to become a part of Infinity, you don't have to live in the city of Nashville. You can live anywhere. We have plenty of Infinite members. Many of the people who are on the stream today who are participating in service are coming to us from all over the world. So you don't have to be physically here at Infinity. But if this is a space that you feel you've been looking for, you want to be a part of this expansive movement, this is a wonderful time for you to do so by clicking the last box that you see on that form, which simply says that you'd like to join Infinity. And that's all you have to really do. You don't have to do anything else, anything special. We'll get in touch with you and send you some information on new members. So again, get that QR code. We'll put it up at the end of the service. Whatever we do it for you and with you. That's what community is all about. This might be your first time experiencing Infinity Fellowship, but we like to let you know in this moment that we know the real you. We know who, what, where, when, and why you are. So we don't see you today as a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. We speak that that's going to happen. The reality is, as we've come to know it, it's the other way around. You are a spirit who is navigating the human experience like the rest of us. And so we take a deep breath around the world and we exhale. And we know that we have families who are saying this and friends who are saying this to each other. So turn to someone. If not, put your hands over your heart and receive this coming from me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know that you are not alone. I'm with you. We're with you around the world, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, my friend. You're so much more than your yesterday. Embrace that energy. I see why you are. You're here to learn. You're here to grow. You're here to embrace your dreams. You're here to celebrate your divine destiny. And I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So why don't we help each other out? All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I feel you're shining today, and I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Everybody around the world, let's say Ashe. Oh. Yes, I don't have my tambourine, my noise makers. I didn't bring a whole lot of stuff down in here, so yeah, I've got to just find a way to make it shout. Matter of fact, let me give us some shout music and we just get it going. That's the welcome for the visitors. Hey, if you're here in the place, I say pump your fist, throw your hands in the air. We get really crazy around here in gratitude for everybody, including new folks. But we do want to take that sacred energy into our giving because it is time for our tithes and our offering period. So wherever you are around the world, this is the way that we participate in service. This is the way that we participate in love. It is the way that we demonstrate what happens when you open your spirit to pour back into the place where you receive your spiritual food. It is for us a sacred act of alignment with a very loving creator. That's what it is for us. That's what tithes and offering are. They're a blessing. It's an opportunity to do it and to do it well. In doing it, if you're in person, when we are in person, there's a lockbox at the rear of the room. For those of you who love to give in person, we appreciate you. You can put that in the mail. We'll put up a slide for that. And most effectively in the right now, you can give via Cash App and PayPal. So you can do that and prep that right now. I'm also going to, as a precursor, I'm going to go ahead and put into the chat a link so that as we begin to give, those of you who have a standing ovation, and I'll explain that in just a few minutes, but if you have a standing ovation, I want to give you the early heads up because you're going to be referred to that in a minute. But to take us through our offering, to lead us in our offertory period today, we want to take us down to the great state of Texas. And if I would almost have y'all clap 5 times and say, deep in the heart of Texas. They got some special energy down there. And we got some wonderful special energy down there with our sister, Christy Sharp, who is going to be taking us through our giving period. So welcome to the stream, Christy. It's all yours.
Thank you, Rev Jeff. Good morning, Infinity. I am Christy Sharp, and it is time to carry that energy into our sacred moment of action, where we affirm the powerful frequency of giving in this space. You may give through Cash App, PayPal, or via mail. I would like to briefly share with you my experience on my giving journey, and then I will invite you to join us in our offertory affirmation. So my personal story with tithing began when I attended the members of Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. We read the book, The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwin Gaines. It was during that time that I gained a deep and clear understanding of tithing. So there's an affirmation that resonates with me, and from time to time I do recite it to myself. And it goes as follows. My abundance benefits everyone, and everyone benefits me. My abundance benefits everyone, and everyone benefits me. So in essence, we are intertwined in this thing called life. And in our community and infinity, the benefit is unlimited, is endless. Note the symbol of infinity here. So now I'll invite you to lift your hands and device wherever you are in the world and join us in our offertory affirmation, which is now on the screen. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you.
with my whole heart, mind, and intentions, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is.
All right, y'all, the song. Everything is good. Can you say it? Everything is good. Can you say it? Everything is good. Can you sing it? Everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. It's a simple song. Come on. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. All right, let's go back to the slide. Let's get this giving going. Come on, y'all. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good, and I've got it. Got it. Oh, I've got it good. Where my harmony out there? Come on, y'all. Hey, everything is good. That's a high part. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. All right, back to the melody. Come on. Y'all hold that part. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I hear you, tenors. Y'all want something different. Come on, let me get y'all the bottom part. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. All right, come on. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, yeah, yeah. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I don't know about you, but I've got it good. Hey, hey, man. Reggie wouldn't let that one loose. I said, man, he was feeling that, and I hope you're feeling that too. That's the energy of Infinity Fellowship. It's the energy of giving. It's the energy of the service today, y'all. We are just moving through all of the good that we have for you. And I know people say, well, everything can't always be good. Who told you that? Who told you that? I'm so sorry. More on that in the message because we got work to do today. But I want you all to go ahead because we're almost at message time. I want you all to go ahead and put yourself in the mind of writing, taking notes, and getting ready to expand and grow. So get your journals ready, get everything that you need for today's download. We're going to put in some work, and this work is going to be holistic. It's going to cover every phase of your life and the phases of life of people you are in charge with keeping and being around. I don't know if it's the people you work with. I don't know if it's people who are in your family. But it's never too late. You're never too young. You're never too old to get started on this personal work. So before we do that, we want to go to some highlight announcements that we have. And for those highlights announcements, we once again turn to our wonderful membership. We turn to the energy of another TNT that we have, and together they are dynamite. I know, dad jokes. My kids always tell me dad jokes. And I'm proud of the dad jokes. But we turn to Terrence and Thea. They're going to be bringing us our morning announcement, y'all. Turn it over.
Good morning, y'all.
Morning.
We have the kids here too. Say morning, children. All right. I go for it.
Yeah, good morning, Infinity. We are here with your morning announcements. Before we get to them, we want to invite you to share your standing ovations with us. So if you have any accomplishments
that you've made through your practice of wonderful lessons we learn about the law of attractions here at Infinity. Click the link in the chat or scan the QR code on your screen and let us know what your standing ovation is so that we can celebrate with you. This is your 3-minute warning so that we can make sure that we receive your good news. Now to the announcements.
All right, so to the announcements. So welcome to the final Sunday in the 8th month, y'all, of 2025, the year of divine development. Our mantra this year is powered by love, guided by vision. So every day, we encourage you to start and end your day with this mantra. I am powered by love and guided by vision. So say it with me one more time. I am powered by love and guided by vision. Breathe in and breathe out. So today is the final message in this month's download, the case of common unity. Rev Jeff has shared with us 4 and soon to be 5 powerful messages that empower us to live a better life in mind, body, and spirit, community, and purpose. If you have been striving to step into your spiritual practice, or step it up to the next level, rather, take notes from today's message. And if you missed our previous weeks, catch the replay on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Infinity Fellowship.
Are you ready to visit Infinity? Then join us next week for our in-person Sunday service. First Sundays are always special because we gather in person at the Infinity Center at 641 West Nocturne Drive. We will have live music with the Voices of Infinity. I'm part of that group now. The Youth Power Zone will be open, and we'll have post-service fellowship. So we remind you that on 2nd through 4th Sundays, we are virtual on the Infinite live stream.
All right, and speaking of next Sunday, it is also our back to school celebration, y'all. So since we'll be in person, there is no better time to celebrate our young people and their educational journey. So come for school supplies, games, food, and fun, and end it with a sage smudging to release any negative energy and to have powerful prayer and affirmations spoken over your young, shining scholars. All right, Wednesdays.
Love and light.
Is Wednesday, and Wednesday is?
Love and light.
There it is.
Infinity members far and wide get the opportunity to engage during the week through the Band app. Our Wednesday night conversations, Love and Light, is hosted by the other TNT, Terrell and Tashana Lindsley, who unpack Sunday's teachings on an interactive level, where every voice is heard. Bring your energy, comments, questions, spiritual journey to Love and Light every Wednesday. If you haven't been in a while, make this week the week that you rejoin, as every Wednesday is a brand new journey. So turn on your Band app, click on the notifications, hit join. When the call notice appears on your screen, it's that simple. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. for our Eastern folks down in Atlanta and other places.
So those are the announcements for this morning. So it is spoken, so it is received. So it is received, and so it is. So let us welcome Rev Jeff back in. Where is he right now? Oh yeah, he's in the podcast. There it is. Reveal it. He's in the podcast studio at the Infinity Center because it is time for standing ovation.
It's time for standing ovations. Thank y'all, TNT. Y'all did a great job of that. If y'all want to see them someplace, guess what?
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation.
All right, our standing ovations come from when we give service or we give light to the good things that have happened in our lives, the good things that you have manifested. For those of you, if you have any more, I've got one right now, and I want to make sure I shout out everybody who's had one. Our form link sends you directly to our standing ovation form, and we want to say thank you to everybody who participated this last week in our updated committee meetings. I'm sending a shout out, of course, to our committee chairs. They have begun the work. Preview, drum roll, on our 11th anniversary celebration, which happens in the first Sunday in October. And for the first time in I don't know how many years we can calculate it because the way the calendar rolls and leap year. But this year, our anniversary, our 11th anniversary, will take place right here at the Infinity Center, and it will take place on October 5th, 2025, which is beautiful because that coincides with October 5th, 2014, when we first launched Infinity Fellowship. So we had this wonderful, wonderful opportunity to celebrate people in a powerful way. So, standing ovation, first standing ovation I have. I'm checking the form to make sure that we are in alignment here. First standing ovation goes to Reverend Johnny Chris Sadler, who celebrated a birthday. I won't say what birthday because y'all think that he's still in his 40s, but he's in his, well, look at technology keeping me from saying how he's at it. I don't know what it is, but when y'all see Reverend Sadler, y'all know. I'm not going to put you out there, brother, other than to say, oh my goodness, what a blessing it is to be able to reach your and celebrate. So we usually had a whole crew going. Lady Kanitha's going, but I know Lady Kanitha in her spirit is watching at home. And so she can sing this with me, and everybody else can sing it with me too. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Oh, how wonderful it is to be able to celebrate a wonderful birthday. Our next standing ovation goes to Dr. Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams says, I have many moments of gratitude to share and reflect on over the past couple of months. I was in a low place and have been facing some personal mental health challenges, but God is good and has kept me covered and moving forward. He's blessed me tenfold in mind, body, and spirit. I am happy to report that I am feeling back to myself. Thanks for my higher power, prayer, meditation, community, infinity, therapy, and remembrance that life is about waves. I'm also proud to announce several other business accomplishments that I know are a product of my faith, my spiritual depth that has grown as a product of my membership at Infinity and tithing, giving. One, I took my first solo trip to Tulum. All right. Two, I received the Comcast Rise grant. Come on, number two. Three, I launched my Premier Boundaries coaching program. Bam. Four, I am partnered with the new BE Academy. Talking about B. Hey, what's happening? They say, y'all need to call people at B Academy and say today is about belonging. We need to put that energy in alignment because I know some good things are happening over there, taking me back to my first love of working with black girls. Come on, Courtney. Everybody just snap your fingers. Wherever we are, when we give a spirituality, nurturing, action, and proof, that is when we snap. So we snap when we hear a standing ovation. And then at the end, after we've gotten them all in, we give a rousing, rousing standing ovation of applause. And everybody's going to stand up. I'm not because I'll knock the microphones over. But in your mind, I'm standing. So pretend I'm 3'4" and I'm standing, okay? And that's okay. Next we have Sister Thea, who always has some kind of amazing standing ovation between her and Terrence because they're just amazing folks. She says, starting next week, I will be choreographing the Nashville Children's Theater season opener, Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters. Super excited about this incredible opportunity. Sister Thea, it's an amazing show. I played the lead in Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters the last time they did it at Nashville Children's Theater 21 years ago. So to see that show come back and to know that my little girl at the time was like 5 or 6, and we were able to do all of those. That's a show that'll push an actor and a performer. But oh my gosh, great news to see Mufaro's is returning, and even better news to know that you are at the helm of that movement. That is a powerful story, y'all. But y'all better get ready to be transformed. What a beautiful standing ovation to receive today. What a great energy. So those are our standing ovations. So what we want to do is everybody that shared, y'all sit down. And then the rest of the people who did not share, I want you to stand to your feet, and I want you to give a rousing round of applause to everybody who absolutely shared today. Let's go. So nice. So nice I had to play it twice. We had to put that applause in the atmosphere in the universe, y'all, because it's powerful, y'all. And what a powerful affirmation to those who shared with our standing ovations. We want to make sure that you're clear about what you're doing. We want to make sure that we were clearly celebrating you, and that you have an opportunity to be a part of knowing what infinity is all about. And for those of you who are new here and you're saying, man, these people are acting a donk spiritually, guess what? We are. We are. If you're new and if this is your first time, let me tell you something that I will gift you from spirit, from source, that you can take with you for the rest of your years. If, that's our acronym for Infinity Fellowship, but if you can align your vibration with celebrating the good that has happened to someone else, you are aligning your frequency vibration with the universe to allow the good to happen to you. There's more than enough good to go around for everybody. So, standing ovations as part of a spiritual worship experience is naturally a part of us going together, growing together, building common unity. So, I want you all to get your pads out, get your notepads out, get your questions in mind. We may have an opportunity today that we will attempt. We shall see about interaction. Maybe we'll put a question in the chat. Usually, third Sunday is when we ask questions, but today, Spirit saying to my heart, some people may have some questions around what you're sharing, and they may have some questions around how to develop and evolve spiritually through these phases of life that we face. So, from this place today, I want us to center our mind around the energy that comes from today's meditative thought. We love it when y'all take screenshots of it. We love it when you share it with people online. I see people, I'm like, I had no idea they watch Infinity, but they share a meditation or a screenshot, and it lets us know that something is sinking in. So take a deep breath and exhale. And I want you to focus that energy on the words that you see on the screen that come from the anthropologist Margaret Mead. Studied the world over and learned this. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Breathe in, breathe out. So it is spoken, so it is read, so it is received, and so it is. As we are now embarking on this theme, as we have been talking this entire month about the case for common unity, y'all, this is the fifth part. It's fifth Sunday. And y'all know everything operates in alignment. All things work together for your good. All things work together for the good and for the good of those who are called according to God's purpose. And that energy is in you right now. So all of these things align. So I don't know. I don't think there's an accident that we got 5 Sundays today, because today's the Sunday that we work it out. Today's spiritual download is the quest for belonging. The quest for belonging. Somebody in the chat, I'm gonna need y'all active today. Somebody in the chat said, "How you be? How you be? Not how are you doing, but how you be." And the reason why is because be as a prefix and also a constant state of isness is a powerful word. We find ourselves becoming aware. We find a space of belonging when we find a place that we return to. Um, we find, if we are cautious, a prescience, a thought that prepares us when somebody tells us to beware. This consciousness of a state of being instead of a state of doing. All week, you've been doing. This morning, you've been doing. You may have gotten behind because you were doing your to-do list. Well, spirit, though, right now, and this download and this energy here, and these visualizations and this place that we get to go to, spirit is saying, let's move beyond the to-do list and explore the to-be list. I had to pick up my phone on that one. Get beyond the to-do list and explore the to-be list. What is on your to-be list? Inhale and exhale. The Shakespearean missive, to be or not to be, is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to, and I'm not even gonna go into the monologue, it doesn't matter. But the question of to be, what does it mean to be? We know what it means to do. You can tell me a million things. If I asked you, what does it take to put gas in your car? You would come up with a to-do list, and it would be very specific. I would get in the car, I would unlock it, I would crank the car, I would drive to my gas station, I would pull out my debit card, make sure I pull out the right debit card or the right credit card to make sure that I have enough so that it scans well. I will scan it, I will type in my code, I will cover my code. Hopefully, I will jiggle the machine to make sure that it's not one of those false readers that are going to steal my info. Then I will get the right kind of gas, select where I am, put it in. You would come up with an immediate to-do list. But what if I asked you what's on your list to be? What would it take for you to be? And what would it take for you to be for the long term? What would it take for you to be long? When we talk about this energy that we experience every single time we blink our eyes open, it is an opportunity to be. It's, of course, an opportunity to do. And we live in a world, we live in a society that has focused our energy on the doing to the point where we lose the being. Then we become defined. When we start being the doing, we get defined by the things that we list out and we check out. And we often find ourselves in a comparative space of doing that eats away at our purpose and our quest to actually become a fully realized being. What does that mean? I mean, I want you to think about it. Who do you have to be a great friend? Who do you have to be a great partner? Who do you have to be a great spouse? Who do you have to be a great leader? Who do you have to be a great follower? Who do you have to be a great business owner? Who do you have to be an awesome person in this world? Can you answer that quickly? Because I guarantee you, if I changed out be with do, you would start a list. What do you have to do to be a good friend? Oh, you have to be available when they call you. Oh, you have to always listen and not judge. Oh, you have to extend yourself, even if the person doesn't extend yourself themselves. You have to do this, and you have to. Oh, what do you have to do to be a good partner? Oh, well, you have to make sure that you listen. Check. You have to make sure that you always have a good attitude. Check. You have to make sure that even when I got a bad attitude, they gotta still love me. Check. You can go all through that. And every single category, what do you have to do to be a good leader? Oh, you have to make sure that you communicate things clearly. Check. You make sure that you do every single day your task list and give it to the people who are under you. Check. You make sure that you look at your task. Everything is about doing, and what about being? What about the concept of being? There is something when you accept that you are a divine light, you are a divine connective tissue in the universe, you are a divine expression of God reflecting itself through various entities that we call you and me. That's what you are. If you start saying that is what I am, that's who you be as a being. You are in an active state of reflecting the light of God. Somebody put that in the chat. I am in an active state of reflecting the life of God. And again, when these things come in like this on the download, this ain't coming from a script or anything like that. It happens in this moment. So that's why I ask y'all sometimes to retype stuff in the chat so I can go back and remember it myself as I am being in this active space of God. Because if you are acting in that space, if you are in that conscious of God that I am being, I am in an active state of being a reflection of divine source. That changes the way you go about doing things. How can I be mean to you if I'm actively being the light of God? How can I be nasty to you if I'm actively being the light of God? How can I pray for your destruction if I am actively being in the light of God? How can I withhold love and affection from you if I'm actively being in the light of God? Does God withhold love and affection from any one of us? Does the universe say to us, if you act a certain way? I know what you may have been told. Western religion will teach you that God is holding ransom for what you do, that you have to go through this checklist. But God didn't give you a ransom last night when you fell out. I don't care if you fell out. I don't care if you consciously went to sleep. I don't care if you dialed up your sleep number bed. I don't care if you prepared yourself with meditation and you got yourself into child's pose and did 10 deep breaths and got into bed. I don't care if you went to the club and fell out from liquor at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. You didn't have a checklist for God to wake you up with life in your body this morning. Because the God of your understanding, divine source, the creator, the most high, had enough love in their heart to say, this is my divine reflection. And as I love myself, I'm going to gift them with life. How you be. How you be today. Are you grateful and understanding that any obstacle that you passed through was something that prepared you? So therefore, when you face an obstacle today, when you look at it, you ask yourself, what am I to learn from this circumstance and situation to make me better, as opposed to, oh, hell, everything's going down. Beep. Tired of this. Beep. And I'm only doing that because y'all little kids are watching, because I love all y'all. Those of you got your kids around, tell them to come on, because Rev's got something for the kids too. How you be and how do you belong? How do you belong to this thing we call humanity, the various colors that we experience that have been segregated and segmented and divided because lower human minds attempt to put ourselves in a position where there's a pyramid, when the reality is we are all divine reflections of the same divine source. Apple tree does not look the exact same on all sides. Each apple is not the same, even though they look the same. You examine them, they're different. That's the beauty of the fruit of humanity, the tree of humanity, that each and every one of us is unique in the way we look, and everything about the world that we see is about perspective. So today, your perspective is to belong, is to be. It is a quest, and it is a quest that comes in segments of life. Listen, practical, real talk today. Real talk is the ultimate expression of spirituality. It's not just where we celebrate and meditate on Om and we take ourselves to a transcendent state. It is also how do we navigate this thing called life? Some of us have been dealing with it. You might be out there struggling with navigating life. Thank you for the transparency for everybody who shared. Hey, I've been struggling, but I stayed in my practice and I saw fruit. So let's examine this. If you've been through these phases, great. You've been through them and you can pass on knowledge to those who are going through them. If you haven't, then get ready for a ride, especially my young people out there. All right. So we're going to go through these phases that we're going to. And for that, I'm going to go to a visual. Okay. Let's open the door on these phases as we unpack the quest for belonging. The first thing that you're going to do when you are belonging, you are in an active state of becoming. The first state is becoming born. I, do I need to go through that? Because if you're watching this thing, it's kind of obvious. You've been born. Now, some we're in a state of awareness and enlightenment. We call that born again. So I want y'all to just in the chat, I want y'all to say, today I'm born again. All right. And whatever you want to put on that, I am born again in the right now, because the first phase of belonging and becoming is becoming born. When you are born, when you notice when a child is born, everybody begins to count the good. Oh, that baby looked just like their daddy. Oh, they looked at me. We know biologically that the baby may not be able to see yet, but they put their eyes. So, that baby looked at me. Oh, she felt me. Oh, she loves to come to me. I said, okay, maybe it'd be a little random, but we point out the good things. But here's the concept of becoming born. Becoming born means that each and every one of us is born for a purpose and a reason. I am born with a purpose and a reason. There's your cue, Infinite Life Stream. I am born for a purpose and a reason. Type it with me. I am born with a purpose and a reason. Type it again. Say it again. Write it in your journal. I am born with a purpose and a reason. The reason why I say that is in the recognition of you being born with a purpose reason, it allows you to become who you truly are. So even if you haven't realized it now, if you affirm it with me, I guarantee you're going to feel something shift in your life. I am born with a purpose and a reason. I am born again with a purpose and a reason. I love it. I'm seeing the chat light up. We're going to fire this chat up. So whoever watches this replay is like, this is exactly what I needed. Now, how does this apply to real life? Because some of y'all are out there birthing babies into the world. And some of y'all are saying, I don't know nothing about birthing no babies. And I understand that too, but you do. Because some of us, as we are becoming born, we are also responsible for other young people. So to my parents out there, even if your kids are grown, we're going to give you some practical things to share. For those of you who are not biological parents, you got nieces, nephews, you got kids that you're responsible for in school. So I want you to take into account some of these things that Spirit has given us to give to you. Parents, seek spaces where organic connections can take place. I don't mind pausing. I'm not uncomfortable with silence. I think most of us we end up getting uncomfortable with silence, and the discomfort with silence is what destroys us, because we're unable to be comfortable with just sitting still. As the writer Richard Bach might say, we're so uncomfortable with sitting still that we get afraid to be bored. But Bach reminds us, and I'm going to read this: in order to live freely and happily, you must sacrifice boredom. It is not always an easy sacrifice. It's hard to be bored. But in order to find joy and success, you got to sacrifice boredom. What does that mean, Rev? Why is that coming up? Well, it's because much of the trouble that we get in is because we allowed ourselves to get bored. We were uncomfortable with the silence, so we felt we need to fill it. And we fill it with scrolling. We fill it with texting. We fill it with, oh, let me find something to do. Let me find something that distracts me from the silence. And because of that, we end up taking a chance doing something. We look for love in all the wrong places. We do everything because we're bored. We're so terrified of the silence that we're taught to fill it. So we put things in the silence that do not contribute to us being and becoming. And then we do things just because we're bored that we end up paying for later. Put a note on that. But to these kids, seek places where your children can have organic experiences. How ironic is it now that we moved from a society where people lived in neighborhoods, got to know their neighbors, kids played together, we went in the trees, played with forts, we did all that wonderful stuff, to now parents meeting each other at PTO meetings or corporate events and scheduling play dates? How is it now that we've gone to having to curate experiences that were once organic, so that then as parents, we start saying, oh my gosh, I got to make sure that my kids have the proper kind of friends. I like the way that kid dresses. I like the grades that that kid makes. So I am going to curate an experience where I put them in a funnel and attempt to guide them like chess pieces to have the kind of experiences that I may have had organically. Seek the spaces where organic connection can happen. That's the one thing that I do love about this place, and why Spirit is longing for us to be back every single Sunday, because the Youth Power Zone, these kids miss each other when they're gone. You have responsibilities here. Find a space. If you don't have a space, find a place, parents, where they can organically connect. Find activities where kids can be active. This is Roblox, and I know they're good at it. I know they talk to each other. I know they share on the, that's great. Send them to the yard. Kids, if you're talking to your parents or you hear me right now, say, send me to the yard. Put a stack of sticks together and let me figure out how to get my imagination in order. Let me figure out how to play. Buy your kids some Lego sets. Buy yourself kids some different toys. Buy your kids some coloring books. Give them things where they can focus without a device. There's no, it's no coincidence that the founders of these devices, the people who designed them, refused to let their kids go to schools where they used these primarily, because they recognize that it should enhance development and not hamper it. So listen, for your kids, for yourselves, kids learn things through playing. Divine purpose comes through playing. Here's where it's getting ready to hit, because Spirit is looping this thing back around, because we're still talking about becoming born. When we're talking about divine purpose, your child may like to play with Legos and make some immaculate structures from Legos. That means they may be an engineer. Your kids may like to put dolls together and design things and cut things and put them on there. They may be a fashion designer one day. What about those kids out there? You may have been one of them that lined up the dolls and the toys in a circle and didn't need any music, was performing for them. They may be an entertainer. They may be a television personality. You find this through playing. Grown-ups, I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you're 21. I don't care if you're 1. You find it the same way. For those of you who've been saying, what's my purpose, Rev? I'm struggling with it. Aren't you glad we're virtual now, so you don't have to put on all the doing for somebody else, so that you can now hear what you're supposed to be being? Why don't you try playing? Why don't you try coloring? Why don't you try drawing? Why don't you take your shoes off and go out in the grass today? Why don't you tune out the distractions? Why don't you sacrifice boredom? Why don't you turn off something that is going to shape your mindset into a low vibration and instead be quiet and remember what it was like in that joyous point of your life? That's your purpose. That's your calling. Move into it. Let's not be afraid. That's the born time. That's what we come in. The second phase that we go to in life is the phase that I call initiation. But in this case, it's becoming focused. So you were born. A child is born in the world. They learn in elementary school. They begin to grow up. They begin to, and then something happens at them between 11 and 13 or so. Or in my case, I wondered if it happened later. I just didn't. I was 18 years old and I could still sing soprano, higher than Michael Jackson. And I was like, something happened to me. I think things happened for me late. I woke up one day and went to this from this. So these things happen. These are at this adolescence. This is rites of passage time. This is when we become focused. This is when the elders take you out to the woods. And the elders say, no, son, that's not how you do it. Or they say, no, baby, that's not how you do it. Here's what it takes for you to be a mature adult in the world. In the biblical scripture, when I was a child, I behaved as a child. I thought as a child. I reasoned as a child. But when I became a man or an adult, I put away childish things. I don't want you to put away the play spirit, but I literally want you to grow up. It's time to grow up spiritually. Somebody type that in the chat. It's time to grow up spiritually. If we can move through the point of sacrifice and boredom, have you ever known that children get in trouble because they're bored? Why y'all out here? Why y'all break that window? Oh, we were bored. And so we just started playing with the rocks and Jimmy threw at me and I just moved out of the way. And all of a sudden, there you go, $1,000 window broken because people were bored. How many relationships get broken as adults because we don't put away childish things? How many of our relationships break because we're bored? We're bored. I want you to pay attention to me. I want you to show up when I say you should show up. And if you don't, something is wrong. I want you to give the list. I'm bored. I couldn't do anything by myself, so I needed you here to hold my hand along the way. That's not a relationship, baby. That's codependency. We operate from a place of overflow where the Spirit has given us everything that we need. This is a part of becoming focused. This is a part of growing through adolescence, growing through spiritual adolescence. Let me give you something that happens when we give initiation and a rites of passage for young people. And for parents out here, again, you're grabbing stuff for your kids right now. The question that we ask is, what can I give them to equip them for when I'm no longer here? What can you give to community? What can you give to relationship? What can you give to your young people? What can you give to the people that you work with to equip them to be successful when you're no longer here? That requires becoming focused. When Infinity's here, let me tell y'all, this is rare. That you're going to get a kind of conversation like this. This is why I left traditional church, because you couldn't have real talk. As soon as you raise a question, as soon as you say something, as soon as you get into a place where you're on question, they say, I don't know, be quiet. Don't question God. Don't you question God. All you got to do is have faith. A lot of people have faith and blind faith and belief. That's why we know the society is moving toward fascism and totalitarianism as a step toward moving toward the good, because there's a lot of people out here having faith that this is good. We're going to provide security. Well, guess what? That never ends up good. But in this space of reality, how do we equip people for change? Infinity, guess what? This community, this movement that we're having, it is winning when we all become empowered to give back into this space. And that means more than just financial, it means time, it means creativity. For those of you who are artists and those of you who are business folks and those of you who are thinkers and writers and singers and creatives and songwriters and all of this, it is a portal for us to open up and to leave humanity better equipped for when we're not here. If this thing reaches a space where it's 10,000 people and I walk in a room in some long robe and everybody's standing up, bowing and that's losing. I know it happens in other places and I know y'all love that. And I know that if I walk in, I got 6 people, armor bearer types, and nobody can get to me and touch my hands and all that that's losing. That's losing for spirituality. We have to equip people so that this energy exists beyond us. You have to equip your children, your young people in an adolescent space so that they can exist without you. And Spirit saying this to a parent out there, you have to be willing to allow them to struggle when they reach an age where you have equipped them. Real talk today, becoming focused. That's that adolescent stage. The spiritual adolescent stage is getting yourself to a place where you allow people, friends, young people, other people, to struggle as they need to learn the lessons that they need to learn. You're mad, you're pissed off, you're angry at people who left you hanging, aren't you? Think about somebody that left you hanging. Think about somebody that hurt your feelings. Think of somebody that was supposed to show up and they didn't show up. Think of how angry you were. Sit in that for that second. We're not going to forget that. But what did you do? Eventually you got tired and you said, never mind, I'm going to learn to do this myself. You learned to make the fix. You learned to soothe yourself. You learned to put on what you wanted to put on. You learned to cook that plate of food that you wanted to eat because nobody else wanted to eat it. And you were absolutely all right with it. And it may have taken you 2 or 3 times to figure it out. You may have realized that all TikTok recipes are not good in the real world. Whatever it did, but you figured it out and you found a way to grow. Guess what? You're past your adolescence phase. How will they react? How will I react when nobody is there? Many of you are adults now. You don't have people in the generation before you. This is the decision that you made. The third phase, we got, again, birth, becoming born, adolescence, becoming focused. Third phase, it's going to be good for many people out there. Then we get to the close, becoming partnered. Becoming partnered. I'm not putting judgment on that. Traditionally in that, it's marriage, but it's also community. Somebody type in the chat, who are you partnering with? I wait because I'm not bored. Because in my spirit, I know that this energy is coming on in a powerful way for somebody. Somebody is being translated and transitioned in this moment to the next level of their success. Somebody is recognizing that they are responsible for this energy. So the question becomes, who are you partnered with? Because once you have become born, once you have become focused, you also must become partnered. I don't need nobody to partner with me. I can partner with myself. I understand. I'm a strong and independent man. I do not need. No, I got you. Actually, thinking that you are no longer allowed to partner will make you. Look, I got you. I understand that. Independence notwithstanding, you need somebody to get through. Who'd you send that report to today, yesterday at work? Who'd you send your request to PTO through for personal time off? Who did your work for you this morning? When you click on the TV, you partner with Comcast, Infinity, AT&T, Google. For those you got it, somebody you partnering with. You doing some work with somebody because you don't go through life without becoming partnered. Y'all ready for this? Because it's a double meaning that's coming out. I need you to type in the chat and I need you to write this down. Who you going to be with? Who are you going to be with? Or if you want to be colloquial as it came out of me, who you going to be with? I don't care if you leave the H off. Who you going to be with? If you didn't get that, who are you going to be with? Not to do things, but who are you going to be with? Who are you with where you can be who you are? Your funny self, your foolish self, your silly self, your intellectual self, your sensual self, your free spirited self, your nerdy self, your agricultural self, your let my hair down self, my stank body self, my uncombed and unkempt hair self. See, now I'm getting too in the weeds, and y'all start, well, y'all was with you, Rev, until you start talking about that other. Well, don't you want to be able to be who you are around people? That requires partnering with people who are of a like vibration. Most of when people come to me for counseling or people come to Infinity for conversation, we come through this series even. It becomes, well, I'm just tired. People just always have these judgments and everything is wrong. Every time I make a decision, these people react and say, well, who's choosing to be around those people? It's real talk, y'all. I love you. That's a fact you cannot change. If I never met you, I love you. Why? Because I love the divine source of all of us. And as I said at the beginning, you and I are both reflections of that divine source. So by loving you, I love myself. Or as Ricky Byers Beckwith would say, I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. So I love you enough to ask that question. If the circle that you're in is full of no good people, if the circle that you're in is people who vibrate low, if you're the circle of people who don't want you to think outside the box, if you're in a circle with people who are not pushing themselves to be excellent, then look at who you are partnering with. You cannot fully become who you gonna be with and who's gonna be with you. Let me be honest. Everybody ain't gonna want to be with you. I need a Wakanda Forever sip on that one. And then we got the spirit is here with us, y'all. I'm just saying. Everybody don't want to be with you. Everybody don't want to be with me. And I'm okay with that. Because I'm a lot to be with. I will sit and say, hey, let's talk about the nature of black holes on the event horizon and if gravity is moved by space and time, as Einstein thought. And the next time I'm going to grab a guitar and see if I can practice. Ding, 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 ding. And then the next time I'm going to say, let's pray in this moment. And the next moment I'm going to say, hey, let's go out and swing a golf club. And it may be there. And there are a lot of those sides. Everybody ain't going to be with me, but I'm okay being myself. When you allow yourself to be, you allow others who are supposed to be with you to find you. And then that's when you can be together. Don't miss an opportunity to be. Don't miss an opportunity to become partnered. Partner is, of course, balance. You have this space of belonging. You have this energy. Now, listen, here's the last thing. And I need y'all to stop being afraid of this last thing because we have in this circle, in this wheel, And this wheel is also a Lakota wheel. It is also a wheel of development and evolution in the native a sweat lodge. Those of you, if you've joined the visitor forum or if you join, you get to learn about that. That tradition's coming back up for our anniversary as well. But you think about birth in the white, yellow, the adolescence, red, become partnered. Spirit puts it in red. Why? Because sometimes being with people, it can be heated. and and it can be tough. I'm not gonna sit there and say you have to work things out. You have to learn how to be and how to listen. So when you're teaching your children and you're teaching them about balance and you're teaching them about partnering, you can't just ditch your friends who have been there for you because they said something wrong or they did something that was out of kilter. That's also learning how to become partnered in a place of forgiveness. Spouses who are out there, you have to be able to give grace that has been afforded to you. That's part of being partnered. Friends work everywhere, it's there. Once you get to these three phases, once you get to that, there's the final phase. That's becoming immortal. All my judgmental folk, pick your jaw up off the floor and let's talk about what it means to become immortal. Rev is not turning to the heaven and hell narrative. I'm not trying to condemn people to hell. If you do this, you're going to go on to eternal life. If you don't, you're going to go burn in hell. Listen, regardless of what your belief system may say, the reality is you're going to be remembered one way or the other. Either you're going to be remembered for what you put in the world, you're going to be remembered for how you affected people, or you're going to be remembered for being forgettable. That's the worst kind of remembrance. When people don't know who you are because you didn't take on the mantle of leaving you in the world in an authentic way. There used to be a song, and I want you to understand this when we talk about becoming immortal, because again, that legacy of transition, if we were to look at this wheel, you've got birth in the white, you've got initiation in the yellow, right? You've got marriage, family, and relationships and community in the red. Then you have transition or death in the black. Not with a negative connotation, it's all a part of the process. But when you think about this energy here, there's this old song that used to say, may the works that I've done speak for me. May the works that I've done speak for me. When I'm lying in my grave and I've done all I can do, may the works that I've done speak for me. And it just goes through. Let the songs that I've sung speak for me. Let all what you do right now will speak for the legacy that you have going forward. And one of the principal foundations of yoga, y'all go back and do Yoga Sunday from last week because we've been fitting in. One of the principal foundational pieces in the wheel of yoga, when you talk about the yamas and the niyamas, we're talking about this ethical principle of yoga, this understanding that yoga itself is about preparing yourself to sit. It's about stillness. It's about exploring yourself in the mat. But all of that notwithstanding, if you don't take any other principle from yoga with you, take this principle. I will do no harm. Can you type that for me? I will do no harm. Inhale. Exhale. I will do no harm. What is it like if you move into the world and relationship and legacy of being remembered as someone who did no harm, but always brought good into the room? This is the remembrance of our ancestors, because guess what's going to happen to you one day? Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to me one day, if I'm fortunate. This is going to happen to me one day, and that's going to happen to me one day. One day I will be remembered by being a source of life represented by the water. And one day, this physical earth suit named Reb Jeff is going to be a piece of earth that if I do this thing right, somebody's going to pour out in remembrance of me, and they're going to feel good when they remember it. If I do okay. Some people might not, but hopefully they'll learn a lesson. Because just like the people who came before you, those ancestors who came before you, those people in your family who may have caused you trauma and pain that you had to overcome, through overcoming that trauma and pain, you were made a better person because they were doing the best they knew how to do based on their vibration, whether it was low or high. And so they still fit in remembrance. And in this place of remembrance, in this energy of remembrance, is where we see this concept of becoming immortal. Okay. How does it fit in the real world? I'm so glad you asked. When you're building legacy, I want you to ask the question to yourself, what legacy will I leave? If you have children, I'm going to give you some tips. Okay, number one, I want you to teach your kids how to get along with each other. They're not going to do it. They're going to fight in the back seat. They're going to say, are we there yet? I don't care how many. There's some things that kids are just going to do. They're going to be questioning. But take this moment, and especially if you are younger, or if you have kids that are young, or if you're thinking about having kids and you haven't had them yet, or you're around children, you're teaching children, you're instructing children, you're a teacher, whatever it may be. Teach children how to get along with each other as they are, and as they grow, teach them how to get along with each other as adults. Teach them how to get along with each other as adults. Children, especially those who are multiples, if you grew up in a multiple environment, you're the older child, you don't have the same parent as your younger child sibling has. They were figuring out what to do with you. You were the practice model. And I'm sorry. You know, you get your first car and you realize you can't cut the turn, you scrape the door, and then on your next car you learn not to scrape the door, and you learn how to. All of those things happen with children too. It's a fact of life. Anybody tells you otherwise, they don't have children. I have a blended family and I have 5 whole kids. So I'm telling you right now that one of the things you have to be conscious of is making sure that you teach your children how to get along while they're young, and how to not keep people captured in childhood dynamics. Some of us in this world, some of you are still captured in childhood dynamics. You're treating your siblings, you're treating the people that you got along with as if you're still in the same household when you were kids. But just like when you were 18, you left the household, those who were 16 and 14 and 13 and 12, they had their own journey. So you no longer come up into a household and you're the bully. You play the bully. Oh, well, you've been the bully all your life. You hear that conflict when somebody passes on and somebody transitions into this space of becoming immortal. You hear that. Oh, you've been the bully and you always been the baby and you always act like a baby. No, not necessarily. Maybe somebody was a baby when they were in their household. And now they're 50 something years old and they've been through learning leadership and they've done spiritual growth and development. How fair is that to look at them and say, oh, well, you still acting like the baby, especially when you haven't been around them for those 40 something years? You don't want anybody holding you to your past, do you? When you go back to your class reunion and you realize you were a foot shorter than everybody, and now you're a foot taller than everybody, you don't want everybody reminding you of how short you used to be and how people used to beat you up. That doesn't feel good, right? Because you're like, let's go right now and see what's up. That's the reaction. You go into these places. Oh, I remember you used to be so short, and we used to just pick on you and throw you up against the wall. And oh my God, y'all remember when we used to just take him and just throw him up? No, no. How about y'all try to throw me up against the wall right now? Why don't we talk about that, right? That's your immediate defense mechanism. Well, it's also a reminder that you are not who you were. You are so much more than your yesterday. I hope this button does what it does. You are so much more than your yesterday. I am so much more than my yesterday. Type that in the chat. Type it in the chat. I'm going to give it to you one more time as if it's the voice of the universe speaking to you. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. I am so much more than my yesterday. I had to put some reverb on it so you'll remember that. Put that in the chat for those who are there. Let me give you two practical things before we go. The last thing that you want to do in becoming immortal, last two things. While you are in a solid frame of mind, I don't care if you're in your 20s, I don't care if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, create and write a will that you can leave in place when you are in your right mind, when you are clear, when you have no cognitive impairment that parses things in a way that is fair and equitable, however you determine it to be, for those who are left afterward to have a roadmap of what they should do. I don't like the restrictive kind of wills. I don't like the wills that say, well, if you get married to a woman of this certain age, then you won't have access to this money. And if you get divorced, you got to pay it all back. I don't like that kind of specificity of trying to get people to live as I would want them to live. But you cannot take for granted that your children, especially as adults with the life that they live, that they will be able to interpret things if you just leave it to chance. Trust me, I know. I counsel too many families, it's there. The parent gets older, they have something in place. One or two of the kids get access to the parents. They go in and manipulate things, change things. And now, all of a sudden, there's uh, uh, disagreement with siblings, and people walk out of people's lives, and sometimes they need to. But the reality is that kind of thing happens when you don't put things in place and lock it in and then take away the access from other people. Get yourself a goodwill in place. Get yourself a beneficiaries in place. My business folks out there, y'all know, y'all like hearing stuff like this because y'all ain't afraid of it. Don't be afraid to create the legacy so that people can know how to remember you best. That's part of immortality. Last thing you do, preserve your stories. Somebody type in the chat for somebody who may not realize, preserve your stories. Some of you write journals and your kids are going to absolutely love them. Your grandkids are going to delight in them. Some of you write journals. Your kids are absolutely going to be traumatized. Your grandkids are going to be uh, mesmerized by all the crap you've been through. Because depending on how honest you were with them, they're going to say either A, my granddad was an amazing human being, or B, Lord have mercy. This is what it took to get to that. Because some people don't know. You look so good. You shine so well that nobody knows what you've been through. It may be a journal. It may be a recording. It may be sitting around the kitchen table and telling stories. I'm grateful for those of you who have been in my family, who told me stories about my own father and my own mother. Now that they've transitioned, I thank you for my cousins. I thank you for the people who work with them, who I run into at Kroger's and say, man, I used to work with your daddy. I'm like, yeah. So, yeah, man, your daddy, man, I used to pick him up in the morning. He'd be walking up 12th Avenue. I said, Carr, what you doing walking up? It's 4:30 in the morning. He said, I'm headed to work. Where you going? Over here at Vanderbilt. I'm going over here to VA Hospital. He said, man, get on in the car. He said, well, why you walking 4:30 in the morning? He said, man, we don't have a car. Or I left my car with my wife so she could get the kids to school. And I was like, wow. When people talk about heroes, my father's one of them because that kind of commitment is powerful. And it brings perspective. In my heart, I root for underdogs. Y'all know me. I'm a root for the underdog. I root for everybody, but I root for the underdog. And one of the things that I love that I heard from our underdog with the spotlight on him, quarterback here in Nashville now, rookie quarterback who was just voted the team captain as a rookie, Cam Ward. They asked Cam Ward, why is he at work all the time as a football player? This guy is here early and staying late. And he just with in a matter of fact sentence, he said every day I grew up, I saw my dad get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go do a job he didn't like to take care of us. So what do I look like not showing up for a job that I do like? So everybody should be here. We get to do this and we like doing it. So that it makes sense to me. So in that case, in this energy, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, y'all. Preserve your story. I want a commitment. I want everybody here as we get ready to move this toward closure. I want you to commit to preserving your stories. If you can type in the chat box, I will preserve my stories. I don't care how. You can put it in a baby book. Young people, you can write in a journal too. Y'all can sit and have conversations and say, you know what, this is bringing some new things to mind. Can you hit that voice memo? These things aren't all bad. Can you put that camera on me? I want to tell y'all a story. You go to the nursing home, you go to grandmama's house, you go to auntie's house, you hear stuff, click that thing on. Can I tape this? Can I put this down? I'm so glad I got little archives and discs with me and my mama sitting up talking about Lim Weechie on the back roads or Charlie Boy selling spoiled peanuts at parades downtown in Phoenix City, Alabama. I'm so glad. And nobody could tell a story like my mama. She do everybody's voices. Y'all got people like that in your family. You're like that in your family. Preserve your stories. I will preserve my stories. Because what you hold on to, you remember. And what you remember, you keep alive. What I hold on to, I remember. What I remember, I keep alive. That's how our immortality happens. And immortality in this balanced way is an opportunity for us to grow together in a powerful way. It's an opportunity for us to ask these questions. It's an opportunity for us to become ancestors and to remember this cycle, to remember this circle. So as you all prepare yourselves in your minds right now, as you prepare to interrogate this week, I want y'all to interrogate self this week. How do I process pain? Then we walk around this wheel. How do we be in person when we are born? How can we be focused? How can we be in partnership with those who will take care of us and who we can take care of? And how can we be immortal in legacy? Ask that question because it informs everything. How we process pain, how we process joy, how do we move in the world? Everything in life, especially as we get to that last part, everything should be additive and not subtractive. I want to add to, not subtract from. I want to add to, not subtract from. If you got it in you, one more thumb type. I want to add to, not subtract from. And when we talk about greatness and legacy, immediately in this world, we turn to how much money we make, how big our houses are, how many cars we drive. We start listing those things because those are things that you do. That you do when you're doing the doggone thing. I see you. You doing it. I see that. I see that new Lexus. I see that. Ooh, I see you added on that fifth bedroom. You doing it, man. You doing it, bro. You doing it. You are doing it. And those things are beautiful. They are wonderful affirmations that you are living in your purpose if you are living in your purpose. But I want us to meditate on this question as I close and I wrap up service. And I thank y'all for your patience with spirit as we have been here in this moment of reflection on Fifth Sunday. As we make this case for community and common unity, as we move through this quest for belonging, would you want to be remembered for eternity as a great person if it cost you your humanity and relationships? We hear this with sports heroes. Oh, they won all the rings. They got all the trophies. Well, what was it like to be around them? Oh man, ain't nobody mess with them outside of the game, man. They wanted to win. So they treated everybody else like garbage. Well, guess what's going to be remembered in the conversations? You don't want to be that person. You don't want to win in the world at all costs. For what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose their soul? So you're in a place now where you're being invited into this wheel of life. You're invited in this world now to belong in a powerful way, to belong by becoming born, becoming focused, becoming partnered, becoming immortal. No more illusions. Only reality, you all. And when it comes down to it, when we have spent this month making the case for common unity, this is the moment where you decide and ask the question, where do I belong? If you are feeling in this energy, in this moment today that you belong in a space like this, then by all means, affirm that however you feel like affirming it. Affirm it. If you feel like this is the energy that you like, tune in every Sunday. We here every Sunday. If you're in Infinity and you get through the week and you feel like you're in a struggle place, click on the band app and get in Love and Light and have a conversation about it. I guarantee you, you're going to get a life raft to let you know that you have a place where you belong. We are on this quest to belong. We are on this quest to be. We are on this quest to become, and you are actively in it right now. And the universe, the God of your acceptance, understanding, is so very proud of you. It's enjoying seeing life unfold as itself through you. And that energy is here for you to expand you to your greatest life. We've laid out the case over the month for community. We have laid out the case for common unity. It has gone to the chambers. The jury has been out and the jury is now back. And through the course of this last month of unpacking this energy, a deliberation has taken place. The verdict has been reached. And guess what? You have been convicted. You are guilty. You are guilty of belonging. You are guilty of becoming. And you are guilty of being a part of a community where people are going to remind you every single Sunday and every single time you encounter them that you are special, that you are loved, and that everything else in the world is a distraction. Don't take this moment lightly. Take this day of revelation, pour it into the work that you do with yourself on becoming. Take this moment of revelation and say it's time for me to be mature and not hold on to those things that a child would interact with. It's time for me in this moment to go through the heat, to go through what I faced this week, and to say that everything is going to be for my good because I am going to move forward in a place of learning and knowing. And when I do those three things, then I am going to go into the space of transition with a clean and open heart. But until I get to that place, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a good time. And that good time is going to be special. This is the word, this is the energy for you today. This is the remembrance that we are on a quest for belonging and that we have found alignment in this moment today. Don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever let it go. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. All right, I want you to just take a little moment and we're going to send this out because one of the things that we do at Infinity, we pour into each other, and I'm inviting you, if you're on this stream, you're in Infinity. As you are on this stream and in this place, I want you to just close your eyes, bow your head, and breathe. And just remember and reflect upon how beautiful it is to be in this space today. How beautiful it is to be you. as a divine reflection, made in the exact image and likeness, as beautiful and diverse as we are, of the God of your acceptance and understanding. We tap in right now in affirmative prayer. Limitless and abundant creator, divine source. Oh, we give thanks right now for this beautiful and amazing day we've had. Thank you for this beautiful moment of teaching and sharing and downloading. Thank you for those who are gathered here. Thank you for those who are watching on a replay. Thank you for those who have been inspired to go through these circles of self-interrogation of life. Where and how was I born? How and where did I become? How and where am I right now in partnership? And how do I want to be remembered? We are so grateful for being moved to think today, to reflect today, to grow today, to be inspired today. We're just so grateful. Thank you for this another day, another chance to do it right. And to do it right, we embrace the light of you within us right now. Thank you for bringing us into this world on purpose. Thank you for growing us in wisdom and in knowledge and in instruction that moved us through the childhood phase, that put us in our grown-up underwear right now. We're ready to move into the world like we know. Thank you for the partnerships, for the community, for the relationships, past, present, and especially future, that are in this right now moment of growth for everyone. Thank you for tailoring the relationships so specifically that those who we need will be there for us. Those who we don't need will fall off to go and teach the lessons that they need to teach to people who need to learn. And then in this moment when we acknowledge those things that may have tripped us up, those moments where we forgot how to vibrate highly, those moments where we embraced boredom and allowed ourselves to flip through, click through, scroll through something that took us down as it affirmed our low space. We release it right now. We let it go right now. And in its place, we are full to bursting with your light and your love. We feel the peace that passes all understanding. We feel the blessed assurance right now. We breathe it in. Breathe in together. We exhale. And with this light, with this love, we recognize that we are in a space where we belong and we become, and we give thanks. We give thanks for 30 seconds of life. We give thanks for 100 years of life, whatever is recognized under the spectrum of my voice right now on this stream. Thank you. The sun is shining brighter. The water's tasting fresher. The heart is pumping better. Dis-ease is eliminated right now. Bad things no longer exist in our world right now. They don't overcome us. Negative thinking is released. We can do all things in this moment. We are operating from love and power and freedom and expansion. Everything good is with us right now, and we proclaim it as such. We allow it right now. We allowed it to guide everything that we do, as everything that we do comes from everything that we decide to be. Thank you for making us human beings, not just human doings, so that our actions align with who we truly are. From this space of goodness, we speak and proclaim these things to be true. And we speak the order of protection that has gone out from you as a divine and unlimited source, to recognize and remember that we are all taken care of to overflowing. From this space of allowance, we proclaim it as such, and so it is. Deep breath in. Exhale out. One more breath in. Hold that love and energy. Exhale and release it into the world as we say together, Amen Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. And so it is. Y'all, I appreciate it. We had a heck of a service today, Fireside Chat. I just looked in time. Y'all know what infinity, time, and space gets shaped and reshaped. But I appreciate y'all joining us. I want to send a shout out to everyone who joined us via the Infinite Live stream and came in. Brother Tyrell Lindsley for that powerful, powerful affirmation prayer, that pouring of energy into realignment for manifestation. Sister Christy Sharp for bringing us into the place of giving in a powerful way. And of course, our energy goes out to Terrence and Thea, who held us down in a powerful way with our announcements. Y'all, if you have been looking for a community and you felt like you didn't have it, I would be wrong if I didn't give you an opportunity to explore Infinity Fellowship and to say in this place that we are welcoming to you. You don't have to go through walking between two lines of big dudes with clubs beating you on the head so you can pledge and get initiated. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to go to the river. You don't have to do any of that. If you go and visit the visitors forum and you decide this is a place that resonates with you wherever you are in the world, you feel at home, by all means, go ahead. Check it out. Fill out that form so we can send something to you. And if you want to join, click that box at the end. Also, next Sunday, we're going to be in person. So for those of you who make the pilgrimage to 641 West Nocturne Drive, we welcome you to be with us as well in this place first Sunday in person. Bring the kids, get some popcorn with your community. Let's sing our song. I'll sing with you. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Sing it one more time, y'all. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's a day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Just that last line one more time. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the power of the cosmos, blessings of the ancestors, rest, rule, rock, and abide with us all, henceforth, now and forevermore. Let us all sing together. Amen, amen. Hotep shalom, namaste, ashe. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know we getting out of here right now. And let me tell you, if you're new to Infinity or if you're old, you know how we do it. In the chat box, if you experience something good today, and even if you haven't, we want you to say something good to somebody. I can say Destiny, Dr. Tiffany, Angela, Christy. I can scroll up and say C, I can say Keisha, I can say Chris, I can say Shay, I can say, there's so many people in the chat. Pick somebody and speak something good over their life. Just speak them and say, hey, today you walk in greatness. Today, something great is going to happen to you. Today, all that energy is going to be there. Brother Matthew points out, looks like Kalunga. Yes, it does, doesn't? There's alignment all over the place. Tyrell, we're going to add to it. Everybody in here, speak something good in somebody's life. Ask yourself who you're going to be with. We're going to be with the positive. We're going to be with the vibration. Shout out to Sita Redding for this wonderful painting of Tehuti behind me and all of the energy in here. We love you guys. I'll see you next week in person. This has been those who I have not met. Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, and of course, we love you. That's a fact you cannot change. Y'all have a great week. Peace, love, and power.